In the past few days, local and state leaders have come together to assess the flood damage and create a plan to help those in need. Today, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman visited several eastern Kentucky communities. WYMT's Alyssa Williams begins our coverage in Clay and Leslie counties.
Team Kentucky is partnering with Eastern Kentucky leaders to form a game plan.
There's still some significant needs. There's still some folks that are not able to get out. There's still power issues.
In order to assess those needs and see everything firsthand, on Tuesday, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman toured several impacted communities.
If we can see it and we can hear from people on the ground exactly what they need, that's going to help us to expedite that process.
Lieutenant Governor Coleman visited Clay, Leslie, Letcher, and Knott counties to see flood relief efforts and to hear the stories of those who lived through it.
The governor and I both understand that this is not a short-term fix. This is something that we will be with the people in Kentucky today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year.
And for local leaders like Leslie County Judge Executive William Lewis, having our state leaders there for them in times like this is important.
I was real impressed with the time they spent with us and the attention they give us. I'm proud they did, and I'm sure that all of the people in the county will be happy to know that they have been here and that they're saddened by it, and they're going to do anything they can to help us with it.
Helping Eastern Kentucky to rebuild, one day at a time.
We're in it for the long haul, is what I want folks to know, and we'll continue to show up for people as long as they need us to.
Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Lieutenant Governor Coleman says the devastation is heartbreaking, but she admires how Eastern Kentuckians have pulled together.
Well, we've been watching a few showers and storms trying to bubble up in the mountains this afternoon, but we've stayed dry so far. As we head into this evening, though, some storms in the distance appearing on one of our cameras. This is our camera from UVA-wise, and you see kind of that in the distance there. That's a thunderstorm cloud. Not moving into southwest Virginia. However, as we look at it, that's actually some strong storms across, some strong storms across portions of East Tennessee and even western North Carolina. So even in the distance, some stormy skies. I-75 in London, no stormy skies here. Plenty of sunshine and just a few fair weather clouds this evening. Still very warm, upper 80s and low 90s around the mountains. So we are continuing to see very hot conditions. Feels like 100 now in Manchester, 96 Jackson. Feels like 98 in Somerset and 100 in Monticello. Few downpours trying to get going across the bluegrass. They've mostly bypassed us, though. The big activity continues to be off to the north and west, where some pretty heavy-duty thunderstorms running from Detroit over to about close to Vincennes, or I should say Terre Haute, and all the way back down into Missouri. So something we'll watch. But for tonight, we should be all clear. 70 with calm winds tonight. The latest, though, on when we could see more storms move in, that's coming up in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, thank you, Evan. The Kentucky National Guard has been the crucial link for so many people in eastern Kentucky. The Guard rescued hundreds of people, and they have been delivering a lifeline of food and water. Today, WYMT's Phil Pendleton was able to fly with them, along with a delegation of state lawmakers, as they assess the damage they could be called on to appropriate more funds for.
This is the view from inside a Black Hawk helicopter with guardsmen, the crucial link for people needing food and water.
It makes us feel like we're actually doing what our jobs are. You know, people are crying and thanking us for bringing food or rescuing them or whatever we can do. But it makes us feel like we're really doing our job. Everybody's talking about how, you know, this is the best. This is what it's all about right here.
Pallets of bottled water and meals ready to eat were loaded up at the Hazard Airport and then sent out to devastated areas.
What these people are doing to rescue missions is so amazing. We just thank the Lord that we're able to do all these things.
Many areas are cut off from stores or any kind of help. People don't have a way to get their essential items. The only way is from above.
Everything's finally coming to a T. We finally got everything that we trained for is happening, especially with our leadership has really kept us trained up, and everybody's just together and working as a team.
Several Kentucky lawmakers were along for the ride Wednesday and got a bird's-eye view of the destruction, but they could be called on to appropriate funds to help fix.
You haven't seen anything like this in anybody's lifetime, and and people are cut off, they're stranded. The only access they have to water and food supplies are through airdrops that we just perform.
Guard pilots are able to maneuver in very hard to reach places.
To watch a helicopter land in about a 30 by 30 area, to drop a load of MREs and water, the skills they have, the coordination they have, they do an amazing job.
Calling them the real heroes to many people. In Perry County with the National Guard, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Senator Stiver said today it's hard to know this soon what they can appropriate because they don't know the amount that is needed yet. A Letcher County man and his mother nearly lost their lives in last week's flooding. Greg Taylor lives in the city of Isom, and his apartment was nearly filled with water last week. Taylor says he tackled his apartment door to open it and pulled his mother out with him. Luckily, there was a tire that floated to them that saved his mother's life.
There was a tire that had floated directly to us, and I know for a fact that was God. So I took that tire, I said, Mom, hold on to this, use it as a flotation device.
Taylor and his mother are safe, and so is everyone else in the apartment complex. FEMA is on the ground at Hazard Community and Technical College helping flood victims fill out applications for federal aid. That's just one of several locations where FEMA is. HCTC President and CEO Dr. Jennifer Linden says they are doing everything they can to help folks get back on their feet again.
HCTC will be serving meals to the community. We'll be doing that next Wednesday and Thursday. So as people come in for FEMA and SBA applications, they'll also be able to get a hot meal. I don't know what dates those are.
FEMA is at HCTC again Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. Dr. Linden says the school will be serving again warm meals to those who come in to fill out applications next Wednesday and Thursday. You can find more information about FEMA assistance on our website at WYMT.com. A Big Blue legend from Leslie County is lending a helping hand to his fellow Eastern Kentuckians recovering from historic flooding. WYMT's Dakota Makris has that story.
A truckload of hope arrived to Hazard ARH Wednesday morning. Former Kentucky Wildcat and NFL quarterback Tim Couch headed home to the mountains as fellow Eastern Kentuckians begin building back after they lost so much to floodwaters.
Driving in from Lexington today, coming through the Jackson area was just devastating to see, people have lost everything. Their homes are swept away. It's going to be a long time recovering from the damage.
The Leslie County native has family in Letcher County. He says they suffered flood damage.
Cousin, water almost got up above his house, had an uncle where the water was in his home and flooded out the basement and some things like that. So it's impacted all of us here in Eastern Kentucky.
That is one of the reasons why he teamed up with ARH to provide flood relief.
It's unbelievable what they've been doing throughout this process of helping people, getting supplies to people, and they're still taking donations.
ARH President and CEO Holly Phillips says they need donations of water, non-perishable food items, especially those packed with protein.
This is not ending on Saturday or Sunday. We're going to continue this effort until we feel the need is met throughout the communities we serve.
Offering hope as our region rebuilds.
To stay strong and hang in there, and there's as much help as possible we can get. We're trying to help and get people back to their normal way of life.
In Perry County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Since the flooding, ARH is still missing 2 employees. 163 of its employees have lost absolutely everything, we're told. If you would like to help in flood relief efforts, you can donate to the ARH Foundation Flood Relief Fund. Tomorrow marks 1 week since many Eastern Kentucky families were startled in the early morning hours by rushing floodwaters. Now many families in hard-hit areas like Breathitt County are left to pick up what's left and rebuild following the devastation. Everything Nolan and Tasha Harold own either washed away or was destroyed, and they are staying with family members. Nolan says he's experiencing a helplessness he has never felt before, while Tasha is clinging to the knowledge her family is still intact.
My head's not right, trying to figure out what to do, worrying about my babies, and I'm off from work. I had a heart cath a week ago yesterday, so I can't even go in my house to clean it. I can't lift nothing.
We have lost, but at least our families are here and still alive, and my heart goes out to the ones who have lost their families.
Yeah. I've lost friends, but no family, luckily.
I don't think I can make it through it.
Samaritan's Purse is looking for volunteers to help with cleanup in Breathitt County. Volunteer orientations will be happening every day this week, twice a day at 7:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. Call in to answer the call. A telethon will be kicking off shortly, allowing you to be part of the efforts to give back to those in need. Pikeville Medical Center's Together We Give telethon kicks off tonight at 7, asking those who can to call in with donations as the hospital works to give back to the region it serves following last week's flooding. PMC representatives say they are excited for a chance to give back by picking up some of the burden for their neighbors.
We're going to have some stories about people who have been affected by the flooding, but the help and aid that's coming to them, the help and aid that you can give by supporting this telethon this evening.
The telethon kicks off at 7 o'clock and it will be live here on WYMT and all of our platforms, but there are also many other ways to give right now. You can find all those on our website. Corey Harris was born and raised in Letcher County, and now he is raising his voice for the place he calls home. The mountain musician just wrote his latest song, inspired by the resilience he's seen as his people stand together following the devastating floods that poured through Whitesburg last week. He says the song, Come Hell or High Water, is all about the determination to help even when they feel helpless.
People that have lost everything are still out here helping people, and that goes a long way. That shows people that, you know, we do want to help. People are helping.
Hear more about the lyrics and love that created his new piece coming up tonight at 11.
An increase in showers and storms is looking increasingly likely as we head into the rest of the work week. The latest details are coming up. Plus